Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to the Detox podcast. I am College Kit. Yo, I'm Dolo today, man. Pretty much everybody got stuff going on, and shout out to all my both my co-hosts, Sky and T. Shout out to E. E hadn't been around since the Corona. You know what I'm saying? She been quarantined. She been self quarantined since the Corona started. So shout out to her. Um. Man, look, it's crazy because like I really wanted for once to come in here and do a different type of show. Do a show that's not so down or so dreary. And I'm still gonna have a positive outlook on the way we're gonna approach this. I didn't remember I had that in my ear. So this is the deal. It happened again, right?
Yeah.
It happened again. So I'm out. I'm having a good time. I'm just painting a picture for y'all. I'm having a good time. I got great company, relax, just having fun, End of the night, I'm going home. Regular night. Took the G up to like 105, maybe.
Word.
Let me not incriminate myself. You know what I'm saying? Took it up to around between 105 and something else. So, just having a good time, really. Got off my exit. For everybody that live in Atlanta or live in the Atlanta area, the university exit. It's like the first exit after you come through the city heading south. And although it's the city, it's right outside of the city. But got off the exit and immediately I saw at least 40 cop cars.
Yeah.
So the first thing I'm thinking is roadblock. Oh, now remember, I've been having fun. I'm out here having fun. So I immediately in my head, I'm like, damn, roadblock, they got me. So mind you, I'm not drunk. I'm not, I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? So
Nice,
it's like,
nice.
I'm nice. So it's like, I'll pull, and let me just say this, please. Kids out there, don't do anything that you hear me say I do. I'm a responsible adult, but sometimes I may not live up to the standards that make me look responsible. But with that said, so as I get to the corner of University and Pryor, I say, "Oh, wait a minute, this is beyond it's beyond Pryor." But I'm turning on Pryor, so I'm like, "Okay, I'm good." So when I turn, I notice it's about 40 cars just parked in the parking lot of the liquor store. Just about 40 cars just parked. And a bunch of people out their cars standing there, and I see police tape. I said, oh, somebody got killed over here. But I'm thinking it's some wild boy stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking somebody did something, somebody said something to somebody else, pop off, somebody got shot, black on black crime. Here we go again in the midst of all this. So went home, went to sleep, woke up the next day, birds is chirping, everything is beautiful outside, like real quiet. Mind you, although it's quiet where I'm at, right? And and I can hear the birds chirping, I can hear kids in the background, just laughter, you know what I'm saying, playing. 5-minute walk from my house, the world is falling apart. Because at this point, people are out there. People are already getting riled up. Now I'm talking 10 a.m. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking morning. So I start like, yo, what's going on? So get on social media, saw what happened. Immediately start to feel some type of way. Because we have every week we waking up and it's something else, whether it's Breonna Taylor, that they trying to make this whole, they trying to do a whole like a movie. They coming up with all types of wild stuff to explain what happened there. You know, so we dealing with that. We got George Floyd that we're dealing with. That unfortunately the young brother had to die in order for this whole powder keg to just explode. But that's exactly what happened. Because of his death, we're able now to have some real conversation, number one. Number two, we can really feel like we're being listened to. And also, we feel like it's not just us that's supporting this whole, that's supporting the movement. You know what I'm saying? We feel as if the movement right now, and I'm talking about the Black Lives Matter movement. Let's be clear about what I'm talking about. When it comes to lives mattering, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to be like, I want my life to matter, but this is the deal. And it's been said over and over again. It's not that your life don't matter. It's all we're saying is, for a long time, black lives didn't matter. And we want our lives to matter. You know what I'm saying? Like everything we're doing it in order to, it's like we're screaming out, hey, we want our lives to matter too. So we were slightly inconvenienced in that area because we couldn't leave our homes the way we usually leave. You know what I'm saying? They shut university down, the whole prior university area. That intersection was a wrap. You couldn't go that way. Yeah. So you had to take the long way around if you were leaving the house. I left the house, went to the east side, took care of my business on the east side, came back home. Stuff was looking like it's building up. It's now building up. Like more people are out, more people on the highway, more people are doing things. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Let me get in the house. Went home. Mind you, my Caribbean people on the east side had a ball, had a blast with them. You know, we still trying to come to some sense of normalcy. Like we're trying to get to a place with the coronavirus going on, and then with them killing black people, random black people every single day. We got people getting hung out in California. Like it's a lot going on right now, right? So
4 people got hung.
Yeah, like 4 people got hung. Like what's going on right now? And with all that, you know, we still try to have some sense of normalcy. So we were able to get together, you know, all my Caribbean people know lime. We had a nice little lime, you know, drink some beers. We you know.
For the non-Caribbean, what's a lime?
Lime is when you get on, like everybody's on the corner. You know, you might be in a shopping complex or whatever. There might be some music playing down the way. You know, cause you ain't doing nothing. Everybody's just out. We outside. You know, we might have a few brews and we drinking, talking. You know, just relaxing. But it's an impromptu thing. It's not something that you plan. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, hey, we gonna go lime tomorrow at 5 o'clock. That ain't how it works. It's like I pull up. Like this is exactly how it happened. I pull up to get some food. I look. I said, oh, there go my sister. Ran over to my sister. My cousin, oh, my cousin here too. Boom. Then some people we fool with, oh, they see us, they pull up. So that's how it works. It's like people just come through for other purposes because it's like a couple restaurants and then like grocery store, Caribbean grocery store and stuff like that. So it's just the spot that everybody come through. And if you want to find anybody in Caribbean community, you go through there, fall through, and chill for a minute. So it's just like a chill. It's like a hangout type of thing. But we just be like, we liming. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, but in any case, you know, just after just having a good time with family, man, and really just feeling good, leaving there, get back to my side, and it's crazy still. You know, it's crazy still. And that night, it got even more hectic. You know, it got even more wild. And what happened that night was I decided I wasn't coming out my house because for me to leave, it would be too much. It would take me an hour to get someplace that it would take 15 minutes to go. So I said, you know what? That's it. This is the Lord's way of telling me to stay my butt in the house. So I stayed home. So what happened that night, first off, let me say his name is Rayshard Brooks. We're going to put a name and a face. Unfortunately, we have to do this so often, but we're going to put a name on it because we're not going to act as if it's just a number. We're not going to act as if it's just an incident. We're not going to sit here and minimize it to say, oh, this is something that happened, we're going to deal with it, whatever, and we're moving on. When it's all said and done, we're going to move on, but we're going to move on for the better. So here it is, another black man. And don't talk to me about how he was killed or what the altercation was before he got killed. You know, folks that don't like black people, and whether you're black or you're white, it's a bunch of people out there that don't like black people that are black. You know, so Candace Owens. So the thing about that is, if you're not rocking with black people, it's cool. You don't have to. But what I don't want y'all to do is I don't want y'all to sit up here and act as though people deserve to die just because they did something wrong. Let's not act like that, because that's not what America is built on. Because America treats criminals like they have some, they treat them with respect all the way through the legal process. So regardless of what, let's not act like black people are not being treated unfairly when we're pulled over. And I get it, white folks. I get it, cops. Like, if you know my area, my neighborhood, I'm like, it's like a hurricane. So in the middle of the hurricane, they say it's always the calmest. Where I live and where a bunch of people like me live, we're in the middle of the hurricane. It's calm. But all around us is the hood. They pretty much went into the middle of the hood and made some nice ass houses. And that's where I live. Because I'm not scared to be over there. I go to the corner store all the time. I'm by myself, but I'm never alone. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I do this on a daily basis. I just went to the corner store and got some Angry Orchard. You know, because that's what I was feeling right now. So, I'm not scared to go around my people. If you scared to be around us, don't come live in the middle of the jungle. Like anybody, like this is going on over and over again. You got Brooklyn, where Brooklyn was the hood. East New York, all of that. That shit was grimy. You couldn't come around there without being scared that you might get your earrings snatched. Let's be clear. Back in the 90s, you couldn't be in New York, East New York. Like, you couldn't be in Brooklyn, Queens, a bunch of places. Even in Buffalo, like, it was a bunch of places that you couldn't go, white people, without being scared. Hell, black people couldn't go without being scared. But you come into our neighborhoods, you gentrify the neighborhoods, you start switching up how things are done. You start bringing in a Starbucks, and you're bringing in a Trader Joe's, and you're doing all these things to make yourself comfortable, which we're cool with, because I rock with Trader Joe's. I go up in there and get some essentials at times. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, I respect the neighborhood. I know where I'm at. Y'all want to come in and want to change the neighborhood, and if it don't change, you want to be scared of it. You cannot put, City of Atlanta, you cannot put two white cops in a patrol car together to police a black area and both of them are scared. Yeah. You got to diversify this thing, man. You got to put a black cop with a white cop. You know, you put an Asian cop with a black cop. Have somebody black. Have somebody that know the environment. Like, if I'm around my people, my Caribbean people, we boisterous. We get crazy at times when it comes to just a conversation. It ain't even nothing serious. Like, I can hear a conversation and I go, oh, nah, that ain't nothing. You hear the same conversation, you go, oh my God, they're gonna start fighting. Nah, they ain't gonna start fighting. That's JoJo and them. That's how they communicate, man. That's how they do. That's how they are. You know what I'm saying? Like that energy that comes with being a Brooklynite. That energy that comes with being from Queens. That energy that comes with being from Guyana, Jamaica, anywhere, like that energy, especially my Jamaicans. I know a bunch of Jamaicans, and hands down, Jamaica, y'all got it as the most aggressive, without being a danger. Like, you're aggressive with your words, but you didn't mean, like, it's a compliment. You know what I'm saying? It could be a compliment and it comes off so aggressive. But if you don't know me, if you don't know that culture, if you don't know what's going on in that culture, you cannot police that area. So whether y'all need to have training that would help y'all to understand the culture, that will help y'all to understand when you hear somebody go, bah, bah, they not really saying they about to shoot somebody, man. You know what I'm saying? If you just standing around and a song come on and you hear, they not really about to do nothing. That's just how, oh, don't let me break no shit up around here. I can't pay for none of this here. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the culture, right? If you don't understand the culture, you won't understand the people that's living within that culture. So you want to police an area, you have to immerse yourself in the culture of that area. You have to try and figure out who lives over here. Let's have a barbecue that we can understand the needs of the community. Let's bring the police together with the community leaders, and let's do something as a unit so that the police could then understand what's going on. That's if the neighborhood accept it, because the neighborhood might not accept it. And you got to be okay with that. If we don't like you white people, you have to be okay with that. We don't have to like you. That's the crazy thing about it. Like, you don't have to get upset that we don't like you. A bunch of y'all don't like us, and I don't care. But then I got my brother that he's white and he loves me. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing about it is, I know everybody is not that way. I know everybody is not coming from a place of hate. Like I said, one of my brothers in this world that God gave to me, his name is Dustin. He's white. He has no idea about this life. None. He has no idea about this part of the world and how it works. If he's coming over here, he would call me and be like, hey, Carlos, I'm in your area. Is this place okay to go eat at? Because he understands, and I understand him, that he needs to be in a certain environment. So I'll say, nah, Dust, you don't want to go there. Or I'll go with you. You know? I'll go over there with you. It's cool. Yeah, we'll go together. Yeah. That way you don't have to worry about nothing. But he never pretends to be something that he's not. He never pretends, like, he's not gonna come and be like, yo, what up, bro? No, he's not gonna do that. You know, he's gonna act like him, and I'm gonna act like me. And that's why we love each other. Yeah. So it's not, I don't want y'all to get it misconstrued and think that I don't have not even just black friends. I said he's my brother. You understand what I'm saying? He's my brother. If somebody do something to him, we got a problem. That's just me. That's how I feel. But for him to be in the environment I live in, he wouldn't be comfortable. So when people that are similar to him come into that environment and then they react different when stuff happens, you know, I can't sit back and say, yo, it's okay for you to think that way. No, just don't come over there. Don't live over there. Don't put yourself in an environment where you're scared of the people around you. Don't put the cops to police an area where they're scared of the people. Don't do that. Make sure the cops is in an area where they're okay. Put them in Buckhead. You know what I'm saying? Put them in Brookhaven. You know, put them somewhere else where they're okay with the environment, with how you don't want them to be nervous. A lot of these cops are nervous. So when the guy, Rayshard, when Rayshard took the cop, first of all, you have a guy that fell asleep in the drive-thru. A lot of y'all are saying, well, why did they burn the Wendy's down? What you mean, why did they burn the Wendy's down? Why wouldn't they burn the Wendy's down? Instead of the Wendy's employees going outside and said, this is our people, this is where we live, because I've been to that Wendy's. Ain't no white people working there. It's all black folks. So this is y'all community. This is where you live. That's your brother right there. Rayshard is your brother. But instead of you walking out there and say, you know, hey, yo, homie, yo, wake up. Yo, my man. Yo. Yeah. You'll say whatever you gotta do. Yo, Rayshard. Yeah. You ain't gotta know him. Be like, yo, son, yo. Because the cop knocked on the glass a couple of times and he woke up. Why you ain't do that?
You gonna call the cops knowing what's going on in this climate.
Right. You know what's going on in the climate right now. You know how police are reacting. You know that black folks ain't getting no passes right now. If this was a video game, they up. If this was a video game, the cops is winning. We're running out of lives. It's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? If this is GTA, they got a kill streak. Not a GTA, but Call of Duty. They got a kill streak going right now. And that's not to make light of the situation, but I want y'all to understand they have a kill streak right now. They're calling in the UAVs. They're about to have put the what you call the torrent out and just have random people getting killed. They on a kill streak right now. If they keep going, they're gonna get a nuclear. Everybody Call of Duty people, y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody else, don't even worry about it. That went over your head, is cool. They about to get a knuckler. They about to shut the whole shit down. It's about to get real blurry around here. It's gonna be hard to see when they done. That's all I'm saying. It's like it's going so crazy. So he fell asleep in the drive-thru, which could happen to anybody, by the way, because I was going off of no sleep in the past 24, right? I went 24 hours with no sleep. Then I went out and had a good time. So you put deprived of sleep and alcohol into the equation, and it don't even have to be a lot of alcohol, which it wasn't. But when you put those two together, you get real sleepy. And I don't know, maybe he was, you know, maybe he was on a little weed. I don't know.
Bro, I go to sleep at the stoplight sometimes.
Exactly. You know how many times I done fell asleep waiting on a stop sign to change? A stop sign. I'll pull up to a stop sign and waiting on it to change and fell asleep. Why? Because in my head it was a stoplight. You know, so this could have happened to anybody. So they called the cops. The cops came. The cops pull up, knocked on the glass, had a conversation, did a sobriety test, determined that he was inebriated, which he probably was. I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a breathalyzer test, so I don't know. I can just go off the video that I saw, and if I had to give my opinion, which isn't worth anything in this case, he looked drunk to me. He looked like he was intoxicated.
Yeah, he's a little lit.
You know, but my thing is how you choose to deal with the situation means everything. You don't always have to do everything by the book. Y'all don't do everything by the book already. So let's not pretend that everything is always done by the book. I get that if you're behind the seat of this, if you're in the driver's seat and you're intoxicated, whether the car is moving or not, you can get charged with a DUI or DWI. I get that. I understand that totally. But knowing the community and being involved in the community and knowing, oh, that's Rayshard from down the way, you know, that helps you to have a relationship with the people in that community that would say to yourself, like, yo, Rayshard got 3 kids, man. His baby mother just lost her job because of COVID. I don't know that this is a fact, but I'm just saying.
Mom passed.
Yeah, like whatever's going on. You don't know that person's situation, why they drinking or whatever. So taking everything into consideration because you know the community, you can make a decision based on the fact that this is not just a number. This is not just one of 5,000 that live over here. This is Rayshard Brooks. He live over there with his kids, his mom, his cousin is such and such. You know, they in the community. They don't get no problems. You know, they good people, whatever. They bad people. It don't matter what it is. But you know them, and you react differently with them. But when you're just getting a paycheck, and you live in Buckhead, or you live in Alpharetta, you live in Snellville, you live in Covington, you live in and for people who not in Georgia, these are all areas that's suburban and that a lot of white folks live. You know, you live in Loganville, you live in Between, you live in like, it's a place called Between. You know, like, I feel like in order to be Atlanta City police officer, you need to live in Atlanta. You need to understand Atlanta. You need to be able, and I know it would be hard to get to staff the police force if you just hire people from Atlanta, but my point of saying that is you have to be able to understand the environment in which you're policing. Policing have to look different now. You cannot just go along with the status quo and say, oh, this is how we're going to do it, and this is how it's always been, so this is how we're going to do it. No, you can't do that. Y'all got to change it up. You know what I'm saying? If you're playing football and you keep calling the blitz and they keep throwing it on you and they keep going down the field, then you got to switch it up. You're running a defense based on a running play, but they're passing. So you got to do something different. You keep killing people that are unarmed because they're black. Let's be clear. They're black and you're afraid. You're scared of us. Whatever reason you have of why you're scared of us, you're scared of us. I can't change the fact that I'm black, but you can change the fact that you're scared. If you understand the danger, if you understand the thing that you're afraid of, you won't be afraid anymore. You'll be able to look at it and be like, oh, that's Rayshard, man. Nah, yeah, I'm gonna talk to him. You know, I'm gonna talk to him. It's okay. That's George, man. You know George. It's no way George knew that was a counterfeit bill. Nah, man, that's George. George is, you know George, man. George with the two, yeah. His mom died. Yeah, George. His brother. But you can't do that because you don't know us, man. Oh, that's Trayvon. You know Trayvon? Trayvon, he go to the store, get the Skittles. The kid with the hoodie. Yeah, Trayvon, yeah, he cool. You don't know us.
And then it's like they don't even train them right. It's like you train them in self-defense, or do you not? And if you train them in self-defense, then you know your last resort is a gun.
See, okay. So now this is the deal. when you're I'm not scared of dogs. I'm not. I haven't been scared. I used to I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. Peter might be watching. But I love animals. I love animals, but when I was a kid, I'm talking about 2, 3, 4, I used to run and kick dogs.
Yeah.
Like and then what made me stop doing it is one day, I think I was about 3. It was like a funny thing to do.
At 3?
Yeah, it was a funny thing. It was funny to me. You know what I'm saying? I was 3. I ain't know no better. I used to run up on them and just boot them. Bing! You know what I'm saying? And the most of them used to be like, run away, right? Funny to me, laugh and everything. You know what I'm saying? This is not funny, yo, by the way. And this was in Guyana. This one done in the U.S., so y'all can't charge me for nothing. So, plus I was 3. What you gonna charge me as a minor? I'm 41 now. But, so, one day I ran up on this dog, right? And he turned around and he started growling. And the fear of dogs came in me at that point. I was like, oh, these fools bark and growl and they could bite you? So that innocent child that was running around just randomly booting dogs because it was funny to him got some fear put in him that day because one of the dogs said they not gonna take it no more. I heard about you, Collis. I heard you be running around here kicking people there and thinking it's funny, you laughing. You know what I'm saying? I heard you be kicking people, you know, and then you kicked my boy Rufus in the nuts. I remember that. Rufus told me you kicked him in the nuts. Oh, I was waiting for you to come over here.
Word.
Now, the dog didn't bite me because my dad ran up and rescued me. But if the dog bit me, I would have deserved it. Because I've been kicking dogs for a while. You know what I'm saying? I was a serial dog kicker when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So, with that, you running around and you keep kicking black people. You keep kicking us. You know? You kick, what, Amadou Diablo? What was his name?
Diablo.
I can't pronounce his name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Amadou. You kicked him. And I know the police didn't kick Trayvon, but you kicked Trayvon. We played the video with Andrew Cuomo naming all the people that got killed by the hands of police officers, except for Rodney King. Rodney King didn't die by the hands of a police officer. That was heroin, I think. I don't know. I digress. You know, that was a different killer that killed Rodney King. But you keep running around and you keep kicking black people. And you want to know why we turned around and bit your ass. You're going to keep getting bit now. Because I'm telling y'all right now, the generation I was born in gave birth to a generation that don't give a... I'm trying to clean my stuff up. That don't care about nothing. My kids, they will die for what they believe in. That's the generation we gave birth to. These people that's out here marching, if y'all think that they're gonna stop because they feel like, oh, we've done enough, they're not. If y'all think that they're gonna sit down and be like, okay, you killed another one, let's stop before they kill us. No, they have the mentality of you cannot kill all of us. The blood that ran in the veins of the Black Panther Party and the blood that ran in the veins of all the civil rights movers, the blood that ran in the veins of even Dr. King, even though he was non-violent, the blood that ran in the veins of every other black activist that came before us, that blood's still in our veins. No, we will not go to the back of the bus. No, we will not stop because it's uncomfortable for you. No, we will not stop being black because it's convenient for you to look at us as being a threat. If we act black or we are black or we dark as hell, we black. And guess what? Right now, we ain't just black. We blackity black. Like, we extra black right now.
Black is the new cool.
I'm be real with you.
For real.
Y'all want to be black, but y'all don't want this black experience. You want the good shit about being black. Oh, they got big penises. Ooh, I want a big penis. Ooh, she got a big booty. I want a big booty. Oh, look at her lips. They're kissable. They're luscious. I want kissable, luscious lips. How about, oh, they pulled him over just because he looked like he was doing something because he's black. How about it's 3 black kids playing together in a park, a random gamer spin the bottle and then they pick up eggs and throw it behind each other, you know? But guess what? Let's go mess with them because they're black. That's a gang. That's not a group of kids making a YouTube video. It's a gang. Let's pull up on them and see what's going on. You know?
And the biggest gang is the cops.
Yeah.
I mean, right now you got a worldwide protest.
Yeah. They banging harder than the Bloods and Crips, man. They the real blues. You know what I'm saying?
In Australia.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Australia, London, just everywhere. Like, this is a let me explain something to you. They said the revolution will be televised. They used to say that all the time when I was coming up. The revolution will be televised. What they did say is the revolution was going to be televised by a bunch of cell phone cameras.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We going to show it. We going to keep showing what's going on. We going to keep, every time we out, we got our phones. As a matter of fact, iPhone made it so easy. You ain't even got to unlock your phone to pull your camera out. I just saw a lady was promoting an app that you can just be like, yo, Siri, I'm being pulled over. And Siri automatically turn your camera on, call your loved one that you want to have on the phone with you, and something else. It was like 3 things that it did. Siri automatically, so Siri's on board. Siri is like, yo, we not f***ing with y'all. Oh, I'm sorry, mama. You know, we're not messing with y'all. You know, we're gonna make sure our people are okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what is going on in the culture. And if you don't say Black Lives Matter, we not rocking with you. So a couple of people, well, a bunch of people have addressed the fact that they value Black lives. Okay? A bunch of people came forth and they like, yo, we standing with y'all. Some of y'all are doing it because y'all know it's a cool thing to do, because you don't want to look a certain way. Because out here on these streets with these Black Lives Matter signs, it's a bunch of Karens and Chads. At least I know in Atlanta, it's a bunch of white folks out here that's protesting. And the reason is so many white folks being able to protest, because fortunately, white people have had an opportunity from the jump to start at a certain leg of the race. It's a handicap race. Okay? So maybe life has afforded you the opportunity where you don't need to work on a Saturday, or you don't need to have 2 jobs, or you don't need to do a bunch of things that black folks have to do. And that gave you the opportunity to go out and protest. And I appreciate you for that, because sometimes I'm out doing certain things, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the streets running around, whatever, and I can't go protest because I still got stuff I gotta handle. You know, I'm picking up shirts, I'm doing this, I'm running over here. So with that, I appreciate everything y'all are doing, but talk to your codies, man. Talk to your co-defendants, because they don't see the same thing you see. They don't see the fact that, you know, it's unfair to treat people a certain way just based on the color of their skin. They don't see that. They think it's okay. You got this police man, I don't know if he was a chief or what his position is in New York, talking about how the badge, somebody in Minneapolis tarnished the badge, but the badges of the New York City police officers are still shine. They not tarnished, and they should be treated with some respect. And I'm gonna put the video in so y'all can see it right here now.
In the black community, mothers are worried about their children getting home from school without being killed by a cop. What world are we living in? That doesn't happen. It does not happen. I am not Derek Chauvin. They are not him. He killed someone. We didn't. We are restrained. And you know what? I'm saying this to all the cops here, because you know what? Everybody's trying to shame us. The legislators, the press, everybody's trying to shame us into being embarrassed about our profession. Well, you know what? This isn't stained by someone in Minneapolis. It's still got a shine on it. And so do theirs. So do theirs. Stop treating us like animals and thugs, and start treating us with some respect.
Boom, video. We should be treated with respect, and not like a bunch of thugs. We treat you like thugs because that's what you act like. You act like a thug. You want to call us thugs because we black, but y'all actually putting forth the action of what the definition of a thug is. You can't tell me that you're from the state of New York and you are a police officer in New York and you got the audacity to get up there after as many niggas as y'all kill? You ask somebody for their ID, they pull their wallet out, you shot them. The motherfucker selling a loose cigarette outside of a store, a corner store. You choke them to death. It's numerous times that this has happened, New York. So why would you then get up there and say, oh, this badge ain't tarnished? Your badge is black, man. Your badge is charcoal. That shit been tarnished, man. Ain't no coming back from that. There's no coming back from where you are. I don't care what you do in the city of New York. In the state of New York. I don't care what you do in the city. I don't care what you do in Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan. It don't matter what you do to try and change that. You can't change it because it's in the books. You can't erase it. The majority of the people that Cuomo talked about was New Yorkers. New York is the melting pot. It's one of the biggest melting pots in the world. I love this. I love New York City. I love it. If I have an opportunity to live in New York, I probably would. I'm not scared of being anywhere in New York. Like, I be out there. I've been out there. So for me, I'm comfortable because I understand the environment. I understand when danger is around. I understand when it's time to go inside because it's getting hectic outside. Like, it's certain flares that go up that you know, like, all right, it's time to go inside, y'all. You know, when you see the Goonies come out and the Hoolies come out, you like, okay, it's inside time. It's not my life. My life is not outside. A bunch of people, their life is outside. Mine isn't. So I know when to go inside. But you're a cop. You can't go inside. That's your job. You choose to do that. You gonna push a man down and he one of y'all. He white like you.
Like 70-year-old dude?
70 years. Just shoved him down like pushing down Tony. Boom. Head bust wide open. Walk over him. One of y'all had the conscience to be like, oh, it's an old dude, let me check on him. Snatch him up. No, leave him. That's your mentality. So, truthfully, it ain't really even about black and white. It is, but it ain't just that. It's so complex because it's like you got some white people that's rocking with us. You know, that's with us. They in the march, they in the struggle, they gonna do their thing with us. Then you got some white people that ain't rocking with us. You know, they KKK, they whatever you are. Deep rooted. You've been like that. I actually appreciate those white people because you told me who you were. And I appreciate people telling me who you are so I know how to handle you. And then you got these blue people that's hiding behind a badge. Some of them are racist, some of them are white, some of them are black, some whatever. But for the black ones that you doing wild shit in the name of the badge, I want you to understand that we're no longer seeing you as one of us. You might be black, but you're not one of us. You're not. Because you have now chose alliances with a group that is in direct war with black people right now. I'm not talking about no other people. Yeah, the white man got pushed down, got his head bust. But they kneeled on my brother's neck for almost 9 minutes. They woke up my brother when he was asleep in his car. Situation happened. They shot him. 3 shots. Bang, bang, bang. Where we go from here? Where we go from here? I listen to a bunch of scholars and people who are way smarter than me. And everybody has an opinion on what we should do and where we should go. And quite frankly, I'm not exactly sure what happens now. I don't know what should happen now. But I will say this. Wherever this leads, and wherever it goes, white folks, you deserve exactly what you're going to get. And don't hit me and say, oh, why you putting it to all white folks? Y'all know what I mean, man. Y'all know I'm talking to the group of white people and the group of black people that think that they're better than us because they got a badge or because they're white or whatever the reason for your prejudice is. You know, you feel like it's okay for you to treat people any kind of way. Like cops get so offended when you challenge them. When you challenge a police officer, they get so offended. Like, how dare you? But white people do it all the time. And they get a pass. You know what I'm saying? They do it all the time. They get a pass. And we sit back, and when we do it, we get killed. So you took the brother out of the car. He failed the breathalyzer test. I think he actually passed the field sobriety test. But when you gave him the breathalyzer test, supposedly he failed. Then you try to handcuff him. A scuffle ensued because, of course, he don't want to go to jail. He trying to go home. He tired. Got a few drinks in him. Not thinking straight. Scuffle with the cops. The cops is weak. He took the taser from the cops. Maybe he shouldn't have did that. Who knows? Ran from the cops. The cops hitting him with the taser. He turns back to hit the cop with the taser. As he's running, he's looking back, trying to hit the cop with the taser that he took from the cop.
Could you say it one more time? He tried to hit them with what?
With a taser. A non-lethal weapon. Right?
Yeah.
They got the other cop got his taser. He's closer, but he holstered. His gun is holstered. He has his taser out. So he's trying to hit him with the taser. The other cop trying to hit him with the taser. Now Billy mad because his taser got took. Number one,
got his ass kicked.
If you ever know anything about police officers, you cannot get your equipment taken from you. It's a no-no. You go back to the precinct, they ride you for that. It's a big deal. Like if that man get away with your taser and you came back home without your taser, it's equivalent to back in the day when you would go home and somebody took your bike and your mom be like, where your bike? Joey took my bike. Joey took your bike? You better go get your bike. Hell is you talking about? I work overtime, double shifts to buy you that bike. Go get that bike. So Joey took your bike. So you didn't want to go home and tell mommy and daddy your bike got took. So you took your gun out and you shot him 3 times. Well, it was 3 shots. I don't know if you hit him 3 times.
Twice in the back.
Twice in the back? So you hit him twice. You missed one. I knew you was pussy. But you missed one. You hit him 2 times. People all around. You know cameras is rolling. You didn't care. You know? So...
Why didn't he care? Because he's attached to a gang.
Right. He's attached to a gang, the Blue Gang. Blue Line.
The dumbest thing I heard is Blue Lives Matter. Blue is not a life, it's a job.
Man, look,
Occupation.
man. And that's what's crazy about it. They see that as that's everything to them. Like, that's everything. Like, the fact that I'm a police officer is everything to me. I'm nothing outside of this. Any police officer that takes their job to that level is dangerous. Because you're a father, I'm sure. Maybe you're not. But you're a son. I know that much. You're a son. You're a daughter. You know, maybe a husband. Maybe a brother. A nephew. Hey, this is Atlanta. You may be a sister. You know, because, hey, this is Atlanta.
Yeah.
No judgment. You know, but you didn't care about his life because his life didn't matter to you, which is the reason why we're going to keep screaming Black Lives Matter, because you don't care about us. You don't care about our lives, man. You know, and I keep thinking about ways to make stuff better. This shirt was designed before this even happened. I'm a black man. My life matters. There's also, I'm a black woman. My life matters shirt. I don't do these shirts because I want to get rich off of them. Trust me, it's not enough money for me to get rich off of. But I do it because I want a message to go out. And I want people to say, just like how police put on their uniform and they stand united and they stand strong and they stand together. I don't care if you got one of my shirts. I don't care if you got on a June t-shirt. I don't care if you got on a Black Lives Matter shirt. I don't care if you got on a Caribbean Lives Matter. No, actually, let's just stick to Black Lives. If you're a Caribbean, I saw that this weekend. I was like, man, why are you trying to... Of course Caribbean lives matter, because Caribbean people are black.
Separating.
Like, stop trying to, you know what I'm saying? Let's stick together, man. No disrespect to y'all and y'all Caribbean shirts. Come on, man, let's stick together. This is about black lives. If you are from the Caribbean, last time I checked, you're black. Because even if you're Indian, you're Portuguese, whatever you are, you're still black. At the end of the day, you're still black. So let's just stick to Black Lives Matter. Let's unite, man. Let's come together as one. Let's plan, let's strategize, and let's move forward. Because if we continue to run around here separate and not, you know, the right hand don't know what the left hand is doing, and we burning down random buildings and nothing is going on, then we don't know. Like we have to have purpose. We have to have direction. Shout out to my brother Killer Mike, because he has been loudly speaking forever about us uniting, us coming together and doing something real. Shout out to my brother Clifford. You know, like T.I. in this city is one of the, he said the king of the South, and he really is. I'm gonna tell y'all. Like, a lot of people don't like the fact that he say that, but he is. Because these brothers stand up and they do certain things to enrich the community and to let people know that, hey, down here in the South, we about that life, but at the same time, we got a voice, we got something to say. You know, Andre 3000 said when he was just Andre back in the day, he said the South got something to say. And I'm telling y'all, right now in Atlanta, we got something to say. It's a problem. If you think that this protest is only going to be non-violent here in Atlanta, it's not. It's going to get more and more violent because people are feeling like they're not being heard. Nobody's listening to us. We're not being heard. We're gonna rebel. We're gonna do our thing. Y'all gonna listen to us one way or another. That's how people are feeling. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody. Shout out to JD. Shout out to I saw Jeezy spoke out about it. Like, if you are from Atlanta and you speak out about it, man, like, my brothers, we gotta keep doing it, man. And no disrespect to our sisters. We love y'all too. But
we need the housewives, all of them.
Everybody, we need, like, the reality is, sisters, we love y'all, and we always gonna protect y'all. But they've been after the black man for a long time. They've been after the black man for a long time. They just doing it differently now. This is the new buck breaking camp. That's what this is. This is the new buck breaking camp. And a lot of people like buck breaking. What is that? Back in the day, primarily in the island of Jamaica, they used to have a bunch of plantations. that they used to take the biggest, baddest slaves and they would send them there to be broken. And the way they were broken is white men used to rape these big, strong, powerful slaves in front of the whole black community, the whole slave population, to embarrass them, to dehumanize them, and to make sure that they never got outside of themselves. Don't even think about being bigger than you are, because we're going to treat you a certain way. And this is the new that. This is what they're doing now. We're going to kill you. They want us to be so afraid of the police that we're too scared to do anything. We can't stand up for ourselves. We can't do anything for ourselves, because I don't know if I'll be able to get out of jail. I don't know if I'll be able to get a lawyer. I don't know what I'll be able to do. So I can't do nothing. My hands are tied. So we create these shirts with the purpose of selling them and giving a percentage of the proceeds, 50% to be exact, 50% of the profits to whatever fund. It could be the bailout fund. Colin Kaepernick has a fund. I forgot who else got something. There's a bunch of guys that are good guys that are paying to bail people out of jail that's getting in trouble right now with the police based on protesting or anything else that's going on right now in this civil unrest time that we're in. So that was our purpose. Our purpose was to be able to, create something and be able to do it and give back in the way that we know how. And because we have a t-shirt line, ragalife.com, that's RAGGALIFE.com, we're able to help people. So that's the mission. And I'm looking right now because a very good friend of mine, she has a t-shirt line as well, and she does stuff. She did a Remembering George Floyd shirt. She got a bunch of different things that she do that is helping the black community, because we need to not only support black businesses, but we need to be able to uplift the black businesses that we mess with and we fool with. So her company, you can check it out on Instagram, is at the Head Turners, and Turners with a Z, and that's the HEADTURNERZ. Check them out. Who else got stuff going on? It's a bunch of people out here, man. Just go down your timeline and see who's doing what and who you would get behind in order for us to make this movement go. Because what we need now, in talking about what do we do from here, how do we move from here, we need to have finances in place so that when we mobilize, if something does not go the way we plan, there is certain things already in place for us to be able to help with people getting into trouble. All right, so real quick, I know there's not a lot of time left, but let me summarize. Let me just bring the story to a conclusion for the people who may not have known how it went down. So they shot him 3 times. He's laying in the parking lot dying. They did the investigation. People are upset. People are rioting. They're tearing stuff up in the area that night, the Saturday night, which is the next night. They have photos of a white woman throwing some sort of something to ignite the Wendy's. The Wendy's went up in smoke, right? So they burned it down. But I want to be clear. I don't know if people would think that, oh, I'm just saying that because I want to cover up for somebody or whatever the case may be. But somebody white started that fire, and it's okay. Like, I mean, y'all gonna blame us for it anyway, so it's cool. We'll take it. But regardless of who started the fire, the reason that the fire got started was because somebody in that Wendy's, whether they thought it was funny, whether they thought they were being smart, whether they was like, man, I'm tired of this job, whatever it was, you call the cops and a black man get killed because you didn't walk 30 feet and tap on the glass. That's all you had to do. Walk about 30 feet, tap on the glass. Yo, Rayshard, yeah? He wake up, he places his order. Maybe he fall back asleep. You gotta wake him up again. You know, like, something as simple as that. I'm not calling the cops on my brothers, man. But with that said, as usual, you know, I wish we had more time that we can get into some more dynamic of this, but I just wanted to pretty much bring you the story of how our brother Rayshard Brooks' life was ended. And moving forward, we have to be smart about what we're doing. We have to move strategic, and we have to plan. So that's the only thing I got. The only thing I got is, let's plan. Let's prepare. Because more people are going to die and more people are going to get arrested, and we need to be ready. So support the black businesses that's really doing stuff for the black community right now, for the black culture. Shout out to Diddy, because Diddy don't have to post all the black righteous stuff that he posts, but he do it because he loves the black community. So shout out to Diddy. Shout out to everybody that I mentioned before. Shout out to my two sisters, T and Sky. Shout out to E, you know, the mother of the whole podcast. You know, shout out to everybody that love me. I love y'all back. Let's keep loving each other. And please, man, let's continue to turn those cameras on. Let's continue to let them know that we won't stop, because until you take your foot off our neck, we're going to keep burning shit down.